If you're in your 20s, the biggest money mistakes is not buying coffee or missing out on that stock tip. It's building your life in the wrong way. A lot of people try to look financially successful before they're actually stable. They upgrade their apartment, finance the car, travel like they're earning twice as much as their salary, and promise themselves they'll get serious later. But later just gets expensive. So in this video, I want to give you 7 money rules that actually matter in your 20s, and something that I wish I had in my 20s as well. Not hype, not fake, be rich by 30 advice, just rules that help you to avoid really dumb mistakes, build real momentum, and make your 30s easier. So let's dive into it. Rule number 1, stop trying to look rich. Try to become hard to break. Looking rich is just usually visible spending. Actually being strong financially is a lot more quieter. It means you can handle a surprise expense. You can leave a bad job. You can move cities if a better opportunity shows up. And you can say no without panicking. That's real financial power. In your 20s, a lot of bad money decisions are social. You spend to fit in, to reward yourself, or to prove that your hard work is paying off. But the goal is not to look upgraded. The goal is to become stable enough that one setback doesn't wreck you. That mind shift changes everything. Rule number 2. Build an emergency fund before you try to act like an investor. A lot of beginners here invest early and turn that into put every spare dollar or pound into the market. That only works if your life is already stable. If you have no cash buffer, then every emergency turns into debt. A car repair, a credit card bill, a medical bill, a job gap, sell investments at the wrong time, or borrow money. That's backwards. Before you obsess over returns, build some cash reserves. And for some people, that starts with a small starter fund. Then you work towards a few months of essential expenses. The exact number depends on your life, but the basic rule is simple. Your emergency fund should make your life less fragile, because your first job of money is not growth, it's stability. Rule number 3, high interest debt is an emergency. Not all debt is equal. Student loans, a mortgage, and a 25% credit card balance are not the same conversation. High interest debt is expensive, sneaky, and exhausting. It slows down every other money goal because your money is always leaking out in the background. That's why one of the smartest money moves in your 20s is learning how interest works in both directions. When you invest, compounding can actually help you. When you carry expensive debt, compounding works against you. So if you're trying to decide between investing more and paying off expensive credit card debt, the debt is often the cleaner first move. You're not being behind, you're removing friction. And that counts. Rule number 4, start investing early, but keep it boring. This is where a lot of people go off track. They know they should invest, but instead of building a simple system, they chase excitement. They want the perfect stock, the perfect entry, the next breakout, the asset that makes them feel smart. But for most people in their 20s, the win is not being clever, it's being consistent. The real advantage of starting early is time. Time gives compounding more years to do its job, and consistency matters more than intensity here. So the better rule is this: build a simple, repeatable investing habit you can stick to, not a dramatic strategy, just a durable one. If you're a beginner, complexity is not the badge of honor, it's usually a distraction. Rule number 5, focus on increasing your income, not just cutting tiny expenses forever. Budgeting matters, tracking spending matters, but there's a limit to how much you can save by optimizing every small purchase. At some point, the bigger lever is income. That could mean learning a higher value skill, negotiating pay, changing companies, taking on some freelance work, building a second income stream carefully, or having an extra side hustle, or moving into a role with better long-term upside. This is important because your 20s are not just about managing money, they're also about building earning power. A lot of people just stay stuck because they get very disciplined with a small income and never step back and ask, how do I make my work more valuable? You need both. Control your spending, yes, but do not ignore the upside of becoming more skilled, more useful, and better paid. Rule number 6, protect your credit before you need it. Credit is one of those things people ignore until it suddenly matters. When they want an apartment, when they want to get on the property ladder, a car loan, better insurance pricing. Now, every old mistake becomes expensive. You don't need to become obsessed with your credit score, but you do need to understand the basics. Pay on time, keep balances under control, don't borrow casually just because you qualify, and don't confuse access to credit with financial progress. Debt can make your life easier in the short term while quietly making it harder in the long term. Good credit gives you options. Bad credit makes everything more expensive. In your 20s, a lot of smart financial behavior is really just predicting future flexibility. And rule number 7, every time your income goes up, raise your savings rate first. This might be the rule that matters the most. Most people do not stay broke because their income never rises. They stay stuck because every rise gets absorbed immediately. Better pay becomes a nicer apartment, then a better car, then more subscriptions, then more travel, then a lifestyle that quietly requires the next rise before it even arrives. That's lifestyle inflation. And this is dangerous because it feels earned. And I get it. You worked hard, you want your life to improve, and part of it's fair. But if every increase in income becomes permanent spending, your financial stress can stay wildly high no matter how much you make. Just use a simple rule. When your income rises, decide in advance where part of that increase will go. More investing, more saving, more debt payoff. Enjoy some of the rise, yes, but keep part of it working for your future self. That's how income turns into wealth instead of just better looking bills. If I had to reduce all of this down to one sentence, it will be this. In your 20s, the goal is not to look successful. It's to build a financial life with margin. Margin in your budget, margin in your schedule, margin in your decisions. Because money is not about having more. It's about needing less panic. And if you get that right earlier, give yourself something incredibly valuable, which is options. Not fake luxury, not internet status, just options. If this helped, pick one rule and act on it this week. Not all 7, just one, and then come back and build more from there. I hope you like this video. Please do hit that like button and smash that subscribe button, because here at Modest Money Matters, I talk about how to make your first £100 or dollars online and personal finance. And please do hit that subscribe button and try and help me out, because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. And as always, wishing you good vibes and good health, and I hope to see you in the next one.